Let's see. If you can, we are live now. We are looking from this right there. That's good. I hope you can hear me because I already saw the, live streaming sometimes it is what it is. So you want to make sure, I was saying that barbells, you want to check for cleanliness. Some barbells are put away, but they're not really cleaned properly before. So check if you need to take a brush and just make sure that there's no grime there, nobody else's skin or left residue. That's fine. That's also part of your safety because you're sweating, your pores are open, and definitely you want to take that as part of safety. There's another one, guys. Load the barber properly. As soon as you get the bar, you inspect it. You want to load the barber properly. A couple of things. There are different kinds of plates. I'm going to reach here for a 10-pound plate, and I also check the plate. There's one thing about plate. There is a lip here. There is a lip here. There's almost barely no lip on the other side. You want to make sure that you can grab the barbell. I'm going to walk. Speaking of safety, look at that. I'm going to walk here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This side has a deeper lip, and this one has a more shallow lip. Both are good for grabbing, but as you can see, as the heavier the plate, the more you want to use your fingertips to secure the grip on the plate. And that is the orientation that you want to load the barbell with. So I'm off the camera here, but still loading. And you slide and you make sure that it pushes all the way. Now, there's something that I see all the time. Which is misloading. So I loaded a 10-pound plate, but sometimes some people, because they look almost the same, they load a 15-pound plate or something that is not the same on each side. Always pay attention for that. Load the same kind of plate. Speaking of loading correctly, speaking about loading your barbells correctly, let's load both sides, by the way. Many people will squat without the clip. And if you have them available, squat without the clip. Some barbells are better than others at maintaining or retaining the plates that are racked or placed on the barbell. But you also want to use clips. If you have clips available at your gym, use the clips. There are different kinds of clips, but these secure the plates at the end of the sleeve on every bar. Right there. That's a secure grip right there. And you use them. That's all part of safety. Make sure before you unrack the bar for the exercise that both clips are on both sides. And let me demo that for you. One clip on this side. This is a little bit hard. And one clip on this side. And that's good. If you really want to double, triple check, you can give it a toggle. And you can give it a toggle and you make sure that the plate is not sliding. There's one more safety, and this is a very hidden. This is going to hit you. God forbid, this is going to hit you from a blind spot. Sometimes, when we are loading the barbell, we use tinier plates. Make sure that when you're going to use a smaller plate, that you do not sandwich a plate in between bigger ones. For example, this is a 5-pound. What I will avoid ever and ever is to take another 10-pound plate and then sandwich a smaller plate in between two bigger plates. That is no, number one. Why would that be? Because there's a lot of people that unload the plates and they take all the plates together. So what happens here is, if I were to unload the 3 plates together, the plate that is sandwiched, as soon as it leaves the sleeve of the barbell, it can slide down in between the 2 other plates and fall on your toes, your foot, or something like that, or somebody else's. And you do not want to be that person you don't want to be that. You don't want to experience that. It actually has happened to me. It has actually, similar things have happened in the gym. Thank God, nothing serious about it, but yeah, that kind of thing happened. You want to pay attention for that. So never sandwich a plate. What you want to do, what you ought to do, is you load the bigger plates together, and then the small ones you put on the outside. And that's appropriate. Now, as you can see, some of the plates blend because of the color. So also pay attention that you just don't slide the 2 big plates. Always look for smaller plates first. When you are unloading the barbell, always look for a smaller plate. If it's not there, then you can go one by one, and then you can actually do what you need to do and put your plates back. So that's that. See, this is a long list, guys. We're going to be here for a while. So use a spotter when necessary. Guys, the spotter position is, you're not the lifter. If you're the spotter, you're not the lifter. Don't touch that barbell unless you have a protocol of how hand the barbell off. If you're doing bench, if you're doing squat, please don't be that spotter that comes right behind somebody and just hugs and goes all the way down. You know, some people are going to want that, some people are not going to want that. But you ask as a spotter, if you need a spotter, just give them the instructions that in the way that you want to be spotted. Establish a communication protocol, because when you're lifting, some of the lift happens very quick, and there's not much time to catch something that's going wrong. And that's what the spotter is there for. It's there to catch something if it's going wrong, but not to be a part of the lift in any significant way other than add safety and a little bit of, emotional insurance there, that you're not alone, that you have somebody who can cheer you up, somebody who can say, come on, push when the weights slow down and whatnot. So that's good. Let's go to tip number 4. Use proper form. Well, that's an obvious one. That's part of safety, using proper form. One of the things that have to do with proper form, I think, has to do a lot with the setup. The way you set up the barbell, the bench, don't make it crooked. Always look for symmetry, that everything that you load is symmetrical. For example, if the barbell is offloaded to one side more than the other, before you unrack, it's part of proper technique that you set up the equipment properly. Even before you approach the equipment and do your setup with the equipment, it's necessary that you do that. For example, I just switch and I put 25 pounds on that side. If I forget what I'm doing, or if I'm careless, what I might attempt to do the next set without loading this side, and that would have been an asymmetrical load. So I'm making sure that I do this properly. Sometimes people go in a rush. Sometimes it happened to me. I take a huge cup of coffee or 2 or a pre-workout. My mind is probably working faster than my body, or vice versa. Sometimes it's very early in the morning and I'm a little bit sluggish. My mind is not as clear as I could be. These kind of things matter a lot. So let's check it out. Be aware of your surroundings. We already started that. You want to be aware of your surroundings, especially when there's people passing by. If there's people passing by, tell them, look, I'm going to be lifting. I want to be courteous to you, but please stay at least X amount of feet, if possible, when I'm squatting or benching or something like that. Don't walk about people when it is too close, where you invade the space that is needed for a person to focus while doing the exercise. Don't throw anybody off their squat, don't throw anybody off their deadlift just because you want to pass by. Wait a couple of seconds, and if you have to ask somebody to do that for you, just be polite about it. You're a nice person, do it in a nice way. One huge important safety tip: now that we have loaded the barbell, make sure, and I really say that, make sure is a phrase that is overutilized, because how am I going to make sure if I don't have the proper steps? So here are the proper steps. Make sure that you warm up correctly. Part of safety, part of not avoiding injury and being actually efficient with your workouts is to have a warm up. So I am any day 300, 315 max right now in my current stage, let's say for squats. I want to start with 95 pounds and I'm probably doing a set of 10 reps. So I did set up. I already make sure that I checked all those things, and sometimes a quick glance, once you have a little bit more experience, it's more second nature to you to be exercise safety guidelines at the gym. So you set, you set the barbell just below the spine, the spine of the scapula, right here. I'm not going to go through the lift because, as I'm seeing, and this is all on purpose, this is not set up for me to squat in this space. It's not safe. There is no space behind me. I have a bench right in front of me. Not a good idea. But when it comes to your warm-ups, you want to be progressive. Do 3-4 sets of very lightweight, maybe 20, 30%, 40%. Some people are going to disagree with the numbers, but to each your own scale of warming up. But just make sure that you are warming up, that you break a nice sweat, practicing the exercise, that you have checked for your setup, your depth, your range of motion, tightness, for your stance, your grip, back position, spinal alignment, all of the above. Just make sure that you are warming up correctly with light weights, and that you have plenty of opportunity and plenty of progressions as you go up in weight to hit the heavier weights of your workout. Another one, guys, is clean after yourself. This is huge. Once you've completed your workout, it is part of safety, because if I finish here and I just leave the barbell, I just finished my workout, I just leave the barbell here, it could be a safety hazard for somebody walking by. One thing that has happened to any lifter, if you've been enough time in the gym, is that you're walking by and you hit a barbell, maybe like the end of a barbell somewhere here, just because you're not quite noticing. And that's part of the safety. We have to be aware of the surroundings. But clean up after yourself. It's not only good manners, good proper gym etiquette, but it also adds to the safety for you and anybody that's in the gym. There's another one. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. These things are going to vary from day to day and from lifter to lifter. Pay attention that once you've warmed up, once you are going through your workout, if you feel like there is a sensation for you that is preventing you from lifting correctly, from setting up correctly, it's taking away at the quality of each and every rep, you should be able to modify your exercise, or even replace that exercise with something that you can do that day. Always listen to your body for pain. Always listen to any lack of sensation that you have. Always listen to your body, so that it's going to add to your safety, and especially in the long run, it's going to make you a better lifter, because it will prevent injury over time. It's not a given. Injuries happen for some reason, sometimes for no reason at all. Sometimes it's cumulative work, and the body just breaks down after some time. But always listen to your body. There's one big safety thing here. Don't be afraid of asking for help. Do not be afraid. You know, there's staff, there's members, there's people, there's other lifters around the gym. Most of the time, you know, you're a nice guy, you're a nice girl, ask nicely, and you're actually going to get somebody to help you, even if it's just a tiny bit. When you need the help, all kind of help, it's good. There are many additional safety tips. If you hang around in this video, there's way more safety tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 more safety tips. And I want to really go through them, but stick to the end. If you like this video, guys, I am Rafael from Miami Strength Club, and I'm actually now at Miami Strength Club. I'd like you to support the channel, like, subscribe, share this information. If you know somebody, safety always comes up as a concern for people going to the gym, no matter what age you are. Hey, be careful out there. Hey, don't hurt yourself. So the next safety tips are addressing a little bit more specific stuff. So, for example, when racking plates, always use both hands. I see sometimes a little bit of kind of laziness, or if you're plenty strong and you have plenty of experience, sometimes you kind of like do a thing like that. You know, handling the plates over time is going to make you stronger. But if you're a beginner, or if you have some sort of history in your joints, or your grip is not that strong, or you're moving up in weights because your plates are heavier now, hey, use 2 hands. We already talked about that. That was one of the first tips. Tip number 2. Sorry, the next tip, make sure that the plates are properly aligned on the rack. This will help to prevent the plates from falling off. That's self-explanatory right there. The next one, when putting plates back, huge. We already started talking about how to unrack the plates from the barbell, how to unload the plates from the barbell. But when storing plates back, make sure that they are properly stacked. This will help prevent plates from falling over. That's a repeat. Use a plate tree to store plates safely. A plate tree. What is a plate tree? I'm going to drop this on the floor. It's going to be a little bit noisy. You hear a lot that. The floor is not a proper place to store the plates. Maybe you leave them laying next to your rack. I've seen that. I do that myself. It saves me a little bit of time and energy when I am racking and unracking and loading my barbells. But once you finish, what you want to do is you go to the spot where you picked up the plate. If there is some kind of order in the plate tree, use it. For example, right here, these are my 15-pound plates. I want to put my 15-pound plates on that side, and I'm going to check for the 5-pound plates. The 5-pound plates don't go there. That's going to create another havoc scenario where you pull the 15-pound plates. People don't anticipate that you have a 5-pound plate there because that's not the place for that. And this can fall on somebody's foot or yours. So you're going to put each plate where it is designated. This will avoid risk and potential injury to yourself or others. This is really important. Always treat the plates as a potential harm to you, because that is the truth. That is the truth. So I'm going to finish putting these plates away. This is the 10-pound plate. I took that one with confidence, and I'm racking the plates on the appropriate spot. The clip goes right in there because that's where I took it from. I don't want to leave it around. Right here, I'm checking for 5 pounds. And this go down here. Just in case I have been rushing or I'm using the barbell with many different people, I'm going to check just in case there is any other sandwich plate. So I can look in between the plates, make sure there's nothing there. And if you need to save time, you can grab 2 plates. Once you've checked, you can grab 2 plates and slide down. There's not going to be anything in there. And you want to store the 10-pound plates on the 10-pound peg. So that's going to be huge over time for safety. All right, let's go, guys. The last three tips. Make sure that the plates are properly secure. If you work outside or something like that, you need to put locks on your plates. Always make sure that they're safely secured so that no one can take them. I would be surprised somebody goes around stealing plates. That kind of thing happens. There's good people and better people. But if you need to lock your equipment or lock your gym, just put the plates away and make it secure. And last, as far as safety, clean up after yourself. We already talked about that. Do not leave anything around. Do not leave the barbell on the rack. Here is what you should end up your workout like. I'm going to show you. I'm going to look for a brush. Here at the gym, I have brushes in the platforms, hanging on the platform, the sides. There is a steel brush, or you can use a plastic brush. I prefer that in most cases, but this is the one I found now because, this is a live video and I don't want to waste your time looking for something that I should have had ready anyway. So I'm going to offset the barbell a little bit. And if I have used chalk, if you use chalk, you're going to go here, you're going to go around and get the chalk out. You want to get that chalk out. The chalk is going to damage the barbells over time. It's going to oxidize on it. It's going to carry, yours and somebody else's grime in there. Your skin, the skin that falls off your calluses, your sweat, your spit, all of that. You want to kind of like take that off the barbell, because two things, that's not even sanitary over time. You don't want to be touching things where that don't belong on the barbell. And the second thing is it will damage the bar. So if you're a person that cares for its surroundings, it's something nice to do, and it's going to be very beneficial for the institution that you train in. So you go like that, tan, 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 tan. That's good. Then you go to the other side. You offset a little bit. Make sure that if your rack is on the narrow end, that this is not going to tip over. That's something that is huge as well when you're cleaning barbells, or you have your barbells. That looks like I took 5 minutes cleaning the barbell, and then I'm going to put my barbell away. I'm going to look around to see that I'm not going to unrack the barbell and then hit somebody or break something with it. So I'm going to look around. I use leverage to bring the barbell down. Set it on the floor. There's a lot of people that want to carry the barbell with just hand strength or arm strength. And that for many is going to feel very heavy. There's another way. You can straighten the arm and you can pick up the barbell as if you're doing a pull off the floor. You bend your knees, you lean the barbell on your chest, straighten up your back, and then lift the barbell by doing a mini squat. Just like that. Let me show you that again. You have the barbell on the floor. If you're going to carry it, if the barbell feels heavy for you, you want to approach the barbell, lean it on your shoulder, extend your arm, grab the barbell. You have a secure two hands, and then squat the bar up. At that point, you're going to walk into the barbell holder for storage. And there you have it. There you have it. Guys, I'm Rafael Cruz from Miami Strength Club. This has been your safety tips and hacks that you can use to stay secure in the gym, to train properly, but also maintain safety, avoiding risks and injury. You want to do that if you want to get a longevity in your training career and stay healthy. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. I'm going to go off and turn off this live stream. See you next.